Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Welcome to AnaedoTV. Yes, may we meet you, sir?
Yeah, my name is Honorable Chief Nwaogu Uzoma, the newly elected National President of the Median National Affairs of Nigerian Farmers Cooperative Societies, Nigeria.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
That should be like about a month ago or 2 months.
I just say a year now.
A year.
Yeah.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
I believe with your emergence as the president, you must have done a lot over the year.
Yeah, we've done the much that is to the best ability we can. Yeah. If you really want me to go on to tell you, I will go ahead and tell you.
Don't worry, that will be a documentary on its own.
It's okay.
So your association, I noticed there are other associations that tries to cover the interests of farmers in Nigeria. What is so peculiar with your association in Nigeria?
Well, thank you very much. A very sentimental question.
Yes, it's
Well, actually, that's reasons why Nigeria has not been doing well. The grassroots and vulnerables has not been recognized. To your question is that the National Affairs of Nigerian Farmers Cooperative Society is a legally binded institution that is aimed at monitoring, controlling, and supervising the activities of the vulnerable cooperative farmers in Nigeria, most in particular to see for their welfareism. Other associations in Nigeria, people go along, have their groups, register with the Corporate Affairs Commission. That was ordinary registration. But this is an institution of people, an organization that is registered by the Federal Department of Cooperatives of the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development. It's only one in every country. You don't register them too. And we are a private sector organization, but we don't, the government controls us, but the government looks into the management and they control the activity of national body. But in other organizations, they do whatever thing they want. But this particular institution is registered once in every country to take care of the grassroots farmers.
Okay, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Your association actually does a lot, and then being controlled by the federal government, if I got you correctly.
Yeah.
That means your association is being placed in an advantageous position amongst other associations in Nigeria. And in that regard, I would like to ask, we noticed that agriculture in Nigeria has faced a whole lot of setbacks over the years. We encountered hiking food prices, all causes of insecurity, and a whole lot of them. What advantage has your association gained from the federal government in promoting or boosting your association in regards of the security of your farmers or those under your association, and as well also the provision of other raw materials that they will use? What gains have they gotten from the federal government?
Thank you very much. That's reasons why, let me use the word, Nigeria has not been progressive to the expectation of Nigerians and the outside community. Regards that the lot of money that the federal government has been pumping into agriculture through the ministries, let's use the word, has been politicized. It does not get to the targeted audience, who are the real practicing farmers. Government releases funds to the ministries. Ministries goes to the through the local ministry, but it is not being monitored. So this association has come on board to leverage or change the life of the grassroots farmers. 90% of the producers, those that are into production, are those in the grassroots. These grassrooters produce, the high-scale farmers process. Most times the grassroots process to the level at which they belong. So it has been affecting the growth of agriculture in Nigeria. So at a point, Nigeria now equate themselves with other countries that we started agri-businesses with, like Malaysia, like Gambia, like Ethiopia. Those people are greater, they are higher in agribusinesses now.
Okay.
But then the problem and where it lies is Nigeria has not recognized the private sector. So when we now understood that the development of every country must be private driven, Nigeria now established the umbrella body so that we can be able to checkmate, monitor, and execute. This national body today is responsible to know where it touches the life of the grassroots. How can we change the life of the grassroots? How can we add value to the agricultural produce? Agriculture does not mean that you only produce and eat. If we keep producing without producing and giving value to where the outside world will have interest to buy from us, we keep running around. So now the national body has come to make sure that the life of the grassroots are being touched, to make sure that the funds that will come into agriculture can be properly utilized. So that is one of the reasons why this national body has come on board, to change the life of the farmers, to bring them into limelight about agricultural activities, to bring all the technologies that the whites have been using to promote agriculture in their own area.
So you're of the ideology that Nigeria should practice full privatization. Like when we go into privatization of maybe the agricultural sector, then all these things will be utilized. Most of all these things will be well checkmated. Is that your ideology?
Yeah, that's my ideology. You see, we have several lapses in agricultural world. You see, these are our farmers we are talking about. First and foremost, we need to sensitize them. We need to give them normal education about agriculture. And we need to let our people know what agriculture is all about. Agriculture is business. That's why they say in Nigeria, farmers are poor. When you tell people, engage yourself with agriculture, you don't want to be a poor man. People want quick money. Where you can even get that money is into agriculture, when you practice this very well. Like today, you know, Nigeria has been backwards. Think about when Nigeria was talking about shadows, where you can save your produce. But today, Nigerians can produce corn, for instance. They can produce corn to enough quantity. But most of them will get decay. It will not be used appropriately because we don't have storage facilities. So today, a national body has come on board to tell the federal government of Nigeria what we can do to protect the interests of the farmers. Because if their interests are not protected, which means there must be food insecurity. And if there's food insecurity, there must be hunger. Because people produce today and nobody secures it for them. And like for instance, me as a farmer, I'm into pumpkin. I don't do pumpkin business during the dry season. I do it at the later time of the year when I can take it to the market and be able to make a good fund out of it. So people need to learn and take agriculture as business. And today, you know, farmers are not being recognized. Let me use that word. Farmers are expected to go to commercial banks to borrow money at the same rate that man are dealing on textile materials borrow from, which is not proper. Farmers should have there should be conception in whatever thing a farmer do. Government should know about putting farmers into a situation where they can live comfortably. But today, I am betting you that on privatization of agriculture, Nigeria will have a very good sense of understanding.
Since the inception of our President Muhammadu Buhari, there's this belief that the administration has made a whole lot of people to go into agriculture, because with the whole alleged hardship and all of it, people tend to realize that they have a little space in their backyard and they would want to cultivate and get what they will eat. And your association, has it been able to plunge into that opportunity where people are now buying into agriculture owing to the administration of the president? What has the administration done, your government rather, in educating people that even if you could cultivate with that small land, you could also sell and make gains out of it? Since you mentioned that the association, first and foremost, educates the people that agriculture is also business. You can make money out of it. It is not just for the poor. You can, even the rich, venture into it. And now that you know that I can get my own food from my backyard? Can I also make money from my backyard? So how far has the association done in sensitizing the people that I could make money from agriculture as well?
Thank you very much. In fact, we have plans at which we've been able to articulate few. First and foremost was to educate people to know the importance of using improved seedlings. People has been depending on the old type of seedling which is not productive. So we've been able to teach people, our farmers, those into cooperative societies, the importance of using improved seedlings so they can have a bumper harvest. That's number one. Secondly, these farmers need to be empowered, because any business you are doing and you are not growing, you'll be demoralized. So we have gone to extent of educating our farmers, telling them how they can improve in agribusinesses. That's number one. Secondly, we've gone to a situation of having some good meetings with the Ministry of Agriculture, how we can fund our farmers. From the last interview we had with the Radio Nigeria, they were asking a question: how come that the money Nigeria has been pumping into agriculture has not really a great impact? We now told them that this money that we are being pumped in was through Ministry of Agriculture. None has been given to the national body, though the national body just came on board. So these our farmers need to be funded. And when you are funding somebody, you need to monitor to make sure whether that money is going into the appropriate channel at which that money has been given to. So our farmers are today appraised about that. We've told them about that, and we've told them about loan, that loan is not a national cake. We make people to understand that loan is money that you must have to repay back. And if you're able to manage your loan very well, the tendency of the source at which you got that loan can be given to you more. So our farmers are praised about that, and we've been able to have some serious meetings with the Federal Ministry of Agriculture to tell them that Nigeria today can only get developed in agriculture when they embrace cooperative farming, because only cooperative is where you can go to know the actual practicing farmer, not portfolio farmers. Most of these agricultural inputs and machineries that comes into are being used, are being given to non-practicing farmers. So those that are into production, those that are the major people, because if you are not produced, cannot be able to process. And when you look about the agricultural value chain, you will see that when Nigeria concentrates and know, yes, what we are doing today is going through the agri-practicing personalities, you will see that Nigeria will actually develop very, very well in agriculture and chase all these challenges that have been facing Nigeria to great corruption or whatever.
Recently, we've been wasting billions of dollars importing food produce from over the world, like Europe, Asia, and a host of others. Whereas we could produce these things that we import locally and even export more. And as such, our economy, we project or skyrocket to the highest or spheres in the world. Thank you so much for this information, this education. I believe your association is going to do more in educating people. And before that, I would like to know, how would you score Nigeria? Because I wouldn't say, you mentioned before that the way they try to monitor what they give out, like the country do not monitor if it gets to the right people. You've mentioned that. So how would you score the country in monitoring this? And what would you tell the country for them to do more? Or what are those lapses? You would wonder, is it from the minister? Is it from whoever, the chairman of this association? What are those lapses you want the country to improve in?
Thank you. Number one is Nigeria should look into empowering cooperatives, because cooperative is the panacea to chase all these challenges. Secondly, agricultural inputs should be subsidized. If we subsidize agricultural inputs and materials, try to bring in measures that will enable the farmers add value, because it's not the issue of producing or production, but adding value to it so that they can meet international standards. Nigeria produces enough fish that can feed Africa. But today, because we don't have a very enough processing mills, are we talking about palm oil? Are we talking about groundnut? These local farmers are not properly empowered and they are not being assisted. At the end of the day, where that rich man goes to buy whatever is the same place they are going. Some of them cannot even meet up their neighbor, but they are those feeding the nation. So for Nigeria to grow today, for us to say we are rating Nigeria, today Nigeria is at 20% comparison with other West African countries. I went to Kenya. For next time when I went to Kenya, I now saw the preferences that are being given to cooperative. Cooperative goes to the bank, borrow money at 1% interest rate. But here in Nigeria, you're asking a farmer, go and borrow money and to grow. How can a farmer go to commercial bank and borrow and survive? It is not possible. So by the time Nigeria will now come to realize that for us to help agriculture and make agriculture to be what it should be in Nigeria is to recognize the cooperative farming, where you can lend your money and the money can be collected back. Today, the national body, one of the primary activities they will roll on is that when they lend money, there is a form on ground. We call it now, know your cooperative member. So if the national body assesses for like the 2 billion naira we are asking the federal government to give each state now, assuming the fund comes in, like our board of trustees, that's reasons why I'm in Nwaogu. Our board of trustees, High Chief Innocent Ifejaso for the Southeast. If these people comes up today to endorse and this money comes up, we can know where a farmer is at any new type training. As I'm in Nwaogu, I can now know where a farmer is in Katsina. We call it know your cooperative member. So that if you give a loan without even the state address, you cannot trace where that farmer is. And when you know where your debtor is living, the tendency of paying that money is there, because if he or she fails to pay, you cannot get him arrested. So Nigeria was pumping in money through the ministries, but this money were not checkmate. So when you lend money to a farmer, you keep saying that farmers does not pay. No, because we are not monitored. It's like when you send your child to school. Your child goes to school, come back. You don't even ask your child, what did you learn today? Because if you ask your child, what did you learn today? If he or she makes a mistake, he will not say, tomorrow my father will say, ask me. Then by the next day, he or she will be very serious on the studies. So Nigeria has not been serious to checkmate or to control the money they were lending to farmers. So now the national body is on board. I think that we can make good use of our fund that will be given to farmers.
Definitely. I hope for a positive change towards that.
Yes.
And one thing I would like, I think this is where the media comes in.
Yeah.
Because the media is one of the major forces now. So that this message will go even to those in the rural area to know that this is your right, this is how you can get it right, this is why this money is not getting to you. Or federal government, this money you sent, it hasn't gotten to the right people. Yeah. It is the work of the media. Yeah. And I hope your association will partner with the media. In
fact, we are much grateful about this particular studio. And we very much promise you that we are going to work together. What are we here? We are here to promote agriculture. All these criminal activities going here and there because people are hungry. If people can be able to feed well, I think there will be no much corruption. And the agriculture you're talking about is what we can use to take. The problem is that the oil came and spoiled everything. People became lazy. But now that oil is turning around, I think people will know the importance of agriculture. And by the time we get into agriculture, government bring money for agriculture, we will change this society and it will be a better place for us to live. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much. I'm
really grateful. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Hello, viewers, my fellow Nigerians. We are very much grateful that you are watching what is going on today. Without being told, we can understood that AnaedoTV is one of the televisions that you are going to watch, you'll be watching so that you can be able to know the current programs and activities of agriculture in Nigeria. And once you are watching AnaedoTV, I think you must be highlighted. You must have all the activities that are going on in Nigeria, and you must use AnaedoTV to help yourself and help others so that we can progress. Thank you very well. My name is Honorable Chief Nwaogu Uzoma, the National President of National Affairs of Nigerian Farmers Cooperative Societies, of Federal Departments of Cooperatives, of Federal Ministry of Agriculture. Thank you very much.